Welcome to Kletus Roadside Service. We are on Wednesday already. I didn't record it all yesterday. I had a guy with me all day, and I'm gonna probably have a guy with me the foreseeable future. I think maybe next week I'll be by myself for a little bit while driving. But that other than driving to work, I'm gonna be with somebody all fucking day, which is great because I need to teach this guy. He seems like a good guy. Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. I think he's going to do well. But every single time yesterday, we did 5 different rail cars. That means we messed with the truck 10 times. We had to vacuum it 5 times and pressure it off 5 times. And he still, on the very last one, I'm like, just turn on the vacuum, buddy. Just turn on the vacuum. He vents the fucking thing, turns on pressure, turns the pump off, opens the back valve. I'm like, what are you doing? Just turn on the vacuum. We're not doing that. I know I shouldn't be hard on him because that's technically his second day working with that. And now it's kind of starting to make a little bit of sense on how they messed up yesterday or not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. They fucking sprayed fuel all over the fucking ground, and I had to make a report about all that shit. Starting to make a little bit more sense. But I got him on this other trailer that's much more clear on how to run it. And everything's labeled. There's only one button that's not like straight up, you know what it is. There's a button or a lever that says tailgate, and it's in the middle of the trailer with all the other controls for the vacuum pump. It says tailgate on it, and for some reason, it's set up to open up the back valve, you have to pull that and open up the valve on the very back end of the truck. So there's one air system that has 2 different levers that you have to use. I don't know why it's that way, but that's the way it is. Anyways, I don't know. I'm going to work with him hardcore today, tomorrow, Friday. We're going to get him used to running this truck and trailer. It's the easier truck and trailer to run. He says he hasn't been behind the wheel in like 11 years. I'm going to get him to drive this thing. I drove yesterday. I don't know. We were kind of like, I was like, I just want to get there, get this done. I want to get the truck moved around easily. I'm just going to do all the driving today, even though I shouldn't have. But we got no, we got more than 5. We got 17. Some of them were empty, but we were hoping to finish off that line yesterday, and we did. We finished the entire line off. So that's why I'm coming in late today, is because in the morning they were going to try to have everything swapped out. So whenever we get there today, and they didn't want to pay us to sit around and not do shit. All right. I guess so. I mean, I understand it, but usually on a job like this, it's like, yeah, well, sometimes you are going to have to pay us to sit around. But apparently my bosses want to please them. They worked out some sort of deal. So I'm getting less money to please the customer, which is, I don't know. I guess it's okay. I'm still going to get probably a 10-hour day today. And it's going to feel like a half day since I'm getting to work at 9. But yeah, they didn't want us to come in until 9 so we can, just get the trucks ready to go and then hit the road, get there by 10:30 is when they want us to be on site, which is we're only going to get like 2 or 3 done, maybe 4, but it just kind of depends on how things are going to work out. So, but yeah, the guy that I'm working with, I don't know. He's like, don't tell me anything. Let me just do it by myself. I'm like, okay. And he just puts everything in the wrong mode, and then he starts walking away, and I'm like, no. And then one time he did everything properly. on the control panel. He went over there, he set it to vacuum, he closed his vent. This was after we offloaded. Went to the back of the truck, wrote down the engine number, because we're sucking from train engines. Wrote down the engine number, wrote down what the gauge says, wrote down what our meter says. Everything was perfect. Hammered down our fucking grounding rod. I was like, okay, he's got it. He's got it. And then he walked off, went around to the other side, vented the tank, turned it on pressure, and I had to go over there and stop. I was like, hey, stop. He's like, no, don't tell me anything. I was like, dude, you're about to fucking spray fuel all over the fucking ground. I was like, all you had to do from that point was to open the valve and sit down for an hour. That's all you had to do was open the valve and sit down for an hour, and you almost created a giant mess over here. I need you to understand what you're doing, because you can create. I mean, we had a big mess the other day, and it was from that exact thing. You turned it under pressure, stuck the hose in, and then opened up the valve, and that's exactly what you were about to do right here. I need you to pay attention, man. I know, but you've done this, well, all the day before, all Monday and all Tuesday. You did it all day, and then you still almost made another mistake. I'm not trying, and it's hard for me to be a good teacher, because I don't really point things out like that as often as I should, I guess. But I'm like, you gotta pay attention, man. If I have to make another spill report to my boss, I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot, even though I have nothing to do with the first one. I have absolutely nothing to do. I guess I do, because I'm the one that's supposed to be teaching these guys how to run the things, and if somebody runs it wrong, it's my fault. I don't know. There's all different types of ways that they can come back to me, but they had ran it all Monday perfectly. They were running it perfectly all day, and then on their very last one, they just fucking sprayed fuel everywhere, and I'm like, God damn it. So then, anyways, enough about work. I got the bike. I recorded a little bit, but it was fucked up. My fucking truck here, it wanted to start recording through the radio, Bluetooth, rather than my fucking headset, which is annoying as hell. So it fucked up my recordings of when I actually got the bike and I was going home, but I was just too giddy and everything. I was just all fucking, I was like a little girl fucking, I'm so excited. All right. But now that I've had the bike, I got it home. We got it loaded up into my truck. It was heavy as fuck. We had to, it was three of us, both of my brothers and me. We picked up the front forks and got it into the truck, scooted it forward, lifted up the ass end, got the ass end in there, and strapped that motherfucker down. And everything worked out really well. I had to take out my bed liner, and it's at my brother's house right now. I'm going to go pick it up at the end of the day today. I'm going to go grab my bed liner, and I think that's all I left over there. And we totally forgot to fill out the title and all that shit. So I need to go get the title from him. But I'll get all that done today. Got the bike. It was strapped down. I'm going to post up pictures probably today. I don't know. I always say I'm going to post up pictures and then I forget to do anything. But I'm going to, I'll try to get those pictures out there for sure. And got the bike, got it home, rode it around, not last night, the night before last, whenever I got it to the house, rode it in the yard. And then, yesterday I got home early, not early, but I got home and my kids and my wife were gone. They had to go to karate and go to get my son's favorite restaurant, which is Panda Express. So I got home while they were still gone, and that means the wife's car wasn't in the way, and I cracked that garage door open. I got that motherfucking bike out, and I was just ripping around the front yard. And we have ditches and stuff, so it's kind of cool to You know, I'm not doing anything special here. I'm just fucking standing up on the pegs, going through the ditch, just running through the gears, and the chain was sounding a little bit clackety. And my brother did say something, mention greasing it, and I was like, oh, I actually have the perfect thing in my chemical cabinet. I had a bottle of fucking chain lube just for years. I don't even know where the fuck it came from. I just always had this bottle of chain lube, and I was like, oh, I know exactly what I need. And I went and I grabbed it, and I rolled it around in the driveway, got the whole chain soaked, and then I went to go ride it around again. And then I was getting a I'm not comfortable on it yet. You know, I'm not ready to fucking just start flying around on this thing. But I was a little bit more comfortable with it because I had already drove through the ditches a couple of times and did U-turns in the yard and everything. That I fucking just kind of dumped the clutch, and these tires, I don't know. They're just straight up road tires is what they are. They look a little bit more aggressive than like a street bike tire, but they're straight up street bike tires, pretty much. And they do not do well on dry grass. Like, I about lost it. I had this thing. I didn't lay it down, but I got really close to laying it down. I just did a big fucking burnout right in the grass because I thought I was gonna actually just I don't know, maybe do a little bit of a wheelie or something. No, it just spun and went out from underneath me. About lost it. So I was like, all right. And then I kind of parked it a little bit. Went over to my neighbor. I saw him. He came outside, and I let him look at it. And then I took some pictures of it because I had pictures of it, but they're in my garage with like a bunch of junk all laying around and stuff. So I took it out in the yard, put it up next to the fancy bushes, and took some pictures. And that's about it. Yeah, it's a fun bike so far. I cannot wait to get it. And so today, since I didn't have to come in till 9, I had this dream of mine that I was going to go up and get my motorcycle permit today. I was like, okay, I don't have to be until 9. The license or the licensing place or whatever, the I don't even know what to call it because the license office is the DMV. What do you call it? It's just motor vehicle testing site. I wanted to go up there so bad and just do the test real quick because I've done the test twice. But my plans quickly changed overnight. Um, so yeah, my son, he already opened all his presents, but we were able to play around and hang out, put the kids to bed, and then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna watch a little bit more YouTube, and then I'm gonna go to bed. And then, but my wife, she was worn out from the day, I guess. I don't know. She did all kinds of stuff yesterday, so she went and fell asleep in the bed, and I'm just sitting on the couch, and I just hear yakking. You know, I was like, oh no. So I go, and it's my son on his birthday, fucking yakking up all over his bed. So I get him pulled out, cleaned up a little bit, and change his whole bedding and everything. And I wake up the wife, even though maybe I shouldn't have, but I woke her up. I said, hey, we need like extra pillows and blankets. I don't know where the fuck they are. Like, I know you know which ones are clean, where they're at, what's going on. So she helped me. So I got the whole bed rearranged, all done. It took 20 minutes, so it wasn't that long. And I got him laid back down into bed, sat down on the couch, and I'm like, okay, the plan is still on. And I hadn't even told my wife anything about me going into work late because I didn't want her to expect me to be home. I wanted to still get up on time like I was going to go to work, but I was going to just kind of go sit at the DMV or the license office and just wait for them to open up at 8. But then I heard yakking again. So I went out there, went over there, changed his bedspread again. But then my wife, she's like, you know what? You're gonna fall asleep and you won't wake up to anything. So I'm just gonna, you sleep in the bed. I'm gonna sleep in the living room with him. And I guess he was up every 30 minutes throwing up. Just a little bit, but he was still yakking up. Like all the chunks and stuff had already came out. So he's just throwing up stomach acid and whatever. So my poor boy, he was up all night just throwing up. Luckily, he didn't make any more messes. They had a bucket, but she was beat. She woke me up. I woke up on time, but she woke me up. She's like, all right, your turn. I'm going to bed. And I'm like, okay. Well, no, she was like, you need to go to work. You're late. I was like, actually, I'm not. I don't need to be until 9. She's like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, because I was going to go to get my fucking motorcycle permit. And I knew if I told you that I was going to be home, that you'd have me either drop the kids off at school, make breakfast, go get breakfast, do, shit like that, like since I'm home and I'm not normally. So I was going to get up on time and leave and go do all that. I know I'm selfish. But this job is going to go on for like over a month. And I'm working from 6:30 a.m. to 6 o'clock at night every night. And it's not opened on the weekends. So when am I, for the next month, am I ever going to be able to go get that permit? Because all I got to do is get the permit and then turn in the title and get the deal and then put insurance on it. And then I'm ready to ride. Like there's nothing really holding me back. But if I don't do that, I'm going to lose a whole month of riding. So I really want to get it done. She doesn't, she understands, but she doesn't really give a fuck. Which is, I understand all that also because her birthday is tomorrow. So she's like, I can't believe you got a motorcycle on my birthday. I didn't. This was planned for a while for me to get this bike, I kind of knew that as soon as my brother got it, I knew I was going to end up getting that bike from him. But the stars didn't align until right now, and it just happens to be your birthday, and also perfect riding weather. But I don't know, maybe we'll get a rain day one of these days. I'm not sure what the fuck I'm going to do, but I know today I need to get that title, so whenever I do get the permit, I can get up to the DMV, and I'll have everything with me at all times, so I can get up and get going, get all that shit done, because I'm ready to start riding that bike. The helmet should be here tomorrow. So other than the helmet, I'm not really missing anything. I'm ready to. I've got everything I need to go. And I also ordered a shitload of stuff for the truck. I think I already brought that up. Maybe I haven't, but I got on O'Reilly.com. I found everything that I wanted. Because O'Reilly.com, or the app, I guess. You type in your truck, so anything you type in, that's all items for your specific vehicle. So it's easy to search and find everything that I wanted on O'Reilly's. But then I went and cross-referenced everything over to Amazon, and I saved like $300 on my tune-up. I had like $600 in the fucking O'Reilly cart, and I brought it all the way down to just over $300. Just by going to Amazon. Everything's a lot cheaper, and a lot of the stuff is still name brand stuff. I did get some Ching Chang fucking plug wires, but I still got, a good MSD ignition cap, a good spark plugs, and then, but I went through, and this truck only has like 6 sensors on the whole truck. There's only 6. So, well, I don't know if there's only 6, but there's basically 6 sensors. So I went ahead and added all those sensors to my cart also. I didn't end up buying all of them just because I know one of them's bad. I'm pretty sure it's the O2 sensor. But yeah, the O2 is like half price on Amazon, and it's the same thing. It's still a Bosch. So, anyways, I got all that shit. That shit should be here for this weekend, which it's supposed to rain all this weekend. My wife was already talking about canceling the birthday party for the kids, but I told her don't cancel it until it like the day of, you know, because you never know. It's still 3 days out, so there's the weather can change. It's happened before. So I told her don't cancel it, but I don't know. I think I'm going to be in the rain, or maybe I'll just grab all the parts and take the kids up to my work and just because we have a nice big open dry shop, and I can just do my whole tune up at the shop. Plus, I can get rid of all my old oil and have access to some. I think I have all the tools I would ever need, but they also have tools, so I think I could do that, maybe, and do it on a lift at a shop. That would be kind of cool. Because I'm going to be doing differentials, transfer case, transmission, engine oil. I was going to do a coolant flush, but I don't think there's a reason to. It's still a nice, clear green color. So I don't think the last time I did a coolant flush 6 years ago, I think it's still holding up pretty well. So I'm not too worried about doing that, but I was gonna. I don't think there's really a good reason to do that though. What else? Yeah, and I'm gonna also end up doing a tune up on the bike. I think I think my brother tuned it up, did a nice little tune up on it before he got it, and he got it 4 years ago. So I don't know. It's probably due for a tune up. I don't know how many miles he actually put on it though, but it's been garage kept. So I don't know. The chain definitely needed lube. There was a couple of those links that were like stuck, a little bit kinked. So it was just making a rattle sound. I don't know how much tension. I don't know really much about motorcycles. You know, I had dirt bikes growing up, and I would just cobble them together with random shit. And they seemed to work until they didn't, and then I'd cobble together more shit. So, but I want to do this, you know, kind of treat this as like an actual vehicle and do everything properly on this, you know, instead of just putting, oh, here's some engine oil, just put it in there. You know, that's what I did with my dirt bikes growing up. And only one of them blew up, and that one blew up because I asked the guy for oil, and he saw that I was on a two-stroke, so he thought I wanted two-stroke oil. I had plenty of fuel. I needed crankcase oil, and he handed me an unmarked bottle of oil, and it ended up being two-stroke oil, and I filled my crankcase with fucking two-stroke oil, and it locked up like pretty fucking quick. I did not realize that I didn't know what the hell was going on at first, but he let me know. He's like, "Oh, I thought you wanted two-stroke oil." I was like, "No, my bike is fucking ruined now." He's like, "Oh shit, sorry, dude," and he left. I'm like, fuck. That was my 1982 Honda, or not Honda, Yamaha IT 175. That was a beast of a bike. Anyways, I'm getting here to work. I'm going to go ahead and post up this episode because I'm going to be riding with somebody. I'm going to post it up. I know it's midday, but I'm going to go ahead and post it up so I don't lose track of shit. Because I thought I lost track of shit. last night I was looking through everything. I was like, oh shit, I hadn't posted. No, I did post it. And then I realized all my two recordings, it was like 10 minutes worth of content was all fucked up, but it's okay. We're good. Operation Get a Dirt Bike is complete. Now it's just Operation Ride the Dirt Bike. And that's a guy that goes to my work. And I don't know why he's not turning here. He might be going somewhere else. 9 o'clock on the dot. Keep all 18 down. Adios. We'll talk to you later.